Hi, boys and girls. Hi there. I see I have maybe one person on. That's exciting. Yay. Welcome to Mrs. Ruff's Bedtime Stories. I am so excited that you are joining me. And if you can't join me live, that's okay. You'll catch it on the replay. Just remember to log your minutes. Are you logging those minutes? Have you been reading stories? I hope so. I need to give you an update on Readapalooza. So here we go. Minerva Elementary has 124,581 minutes. That's awesome. You guys are doing a great job reading. However, we're not in number one anymore. There's a school that is ahead of us. This school, Ledgeview Elementary in Macedonia, has now read 125,508 minutes. So they're beating us by 927 minutes. That's not very many. We can do it. In fact, you can count your minutes tonight. We're going to read for probably about 20 minutes, and so then you can count those minutes, log on to Readapalooza, go in, log your minutes, and keep on reading. And I will give you an update next week. All right? Let's get started. Tonight, I thought we would spend time talking about pets and reading about pets because many of us have pets, and if we don't, somebody in our family has a pet, and we really love our pets, don't we? We love our dogs. Our dogs are so fun to just cuddle up with us. I have a cat, and cats tend to be a kind of ornery and playful, and they're not very snuggly, not usually. At least my cat's not. He's more mischievous. And then some of us have fish. And so I have a story about a fish as well. So here's my first story. So get snuggly, get your blanket, get your pillow, get your stuffed animal, get comfortable. And I'm going to read to you. This is called Smelly Bill. And Smelly Bill, the author is Daniel Postgate. Now, when I read a book, I always like to read the jacket, inside the jacket cover, because I call this the commercial, and I always like to find out, just a little bit. It kind of gives you that snapshot of what you're going to read about. So in this story, it says, Bill the dog loved smelly things, like muddy ponds and rubbish bins, disgusting stuff he'd stick his snout in, sniff and snort and roll about in. Doesn't that sound like a dog? My dog used to do stuff like that, roll in stinky things. With the arrival of cleaning fanatic Great Aunt Bleach, put an end to his smelly ways, or will Bill live to stink another day? What do you think? Will Bill get cleaned up, or will he continue to stink? Well, let's find out. So, Smelly Bill by Daniel Postgate. Here he is. Bill the dog loved smelly things, like muddy ponds and rubbish bins, disgusting stuff he'd stick his snout in, sniff and snort and roll about in. Because of this, he had a bleak and really quite unpleasant reek. His family would cry, "You stink!" and try to get him in the sink. But every time he'd get away and live to stink another day. A very smelly dog was Bill, and that's the way he stayed until. One day his folks went to the beach and left poor Bill with Great Aunt Bleach. There she is. Now, Great Aunt Bleach just loved to clean. On cleaning, she was super keen. With disinfectant, sponge and scrubber, vacuum, mop, and gloves of rubber, Great Aunt Beach yelled, "Tally-ho!" and cleaned the house from tip to toe. Do you see her cleaning? When every knife and fork was polished, every dirty mark abolished, Great Aunt Bleach said, "What's that smell?" You see her? And that is when she spotted Bill. Bleach twittered, "Come on, doggy woo, it's bathy wathy time for you." Yes. Bleach was fast, but Bill was faster. Like a flash, he dashed straight past her. He knew exactly what to go for. He scrambled underneath the sofa. Just out of reach from Bleach, he knew that there was nothing she could do. He snuggled up that cheeky chap and settled down to take a nap. When Bill woke up, before his eyes, he saw a streak of a steak of mammoth size. It was a lovely, juicy thing. It got him all a dribbling. Bill slid from underneath the seat and sank his teeth into the meat. It was a trick. Bill had been fooled. You see that? Bleach wound and pulled and wound and pulled until she had the smelly pet caught within her fishing net. Then, with a laugh, Bleach filled the bath, and until the bath was brimming, and while she tipped in smelly stuff, Bill heard the old girl singing. You see her? "Oh, fizzy, lilac-scented balls, please hear the words I'm speaking. Oh, apple blossom, lemon zest, cherry scrub, and all the rest. Please do your very smelly best to stop this beast from reeking." And look at Bill. While Bleach was busy with her chants, Bill struggled from the net. He saw the window, seized his chance, and out to freedom leaped. There he goes. Across the yard he had to race to find the perfect hiding place. He dug down deep within a very smelly compost bin. But oh, too late. Bleach spotted him. She wasted very little time in climbing to the washing line, yelled, "Bill, you will not get away," and like a great plump bird of prey, she swooped down to the compost bin and landed right on top of him. Game over, doggy woggy woo. It's bathy wathy time for you. When they returned, the family was most surprised and pleased to see a fluffy Bill, from nose to toes, smelling sweeter than a rose. Bleach said, "I do not like to boast, but I'm the one to thank. The children didn't get too close. She absolutely stank." What do you think about that? Smelly Bill ended up clean, didn't he? Aunt Bleach, she's going to need a bath, don't you think? Smelly Bill by Daniel Postgate. I love dogs, and I used to have a dog, and I miss my dog very much. And occasionally my dog would get very stinky and smelly and need a bath. Now, do you have a fish? Do you know somebody that has a fish tank? Do you like to watch the fish swim around? I know I do. This next one's called Ugly Fish. Take a look at him. He's really ugly, isn't he? This book is written by Kara LaRue and Scott Magoon. They're also the illustrators. Now, this one also has a little commercial on the inside. So this is what it says. Ugly fish is ugly and big and mean, and he'll never share his driftwood tunnel or his special briny flakes with anyone. Or will he? Do you know anybody like that doesn't really like to share? Well, I guess Ugly Fish doesn't like to share. So here he is, Ugly Fish. And then there's a dedication page here. And I always like to read the dedication page. This is for Owen. For all the ugly fish swimming around out there, you know who you are. Oh no. Ugly Fish was ugly and big and mean. There he is. He liked swimming around in his fish tank. He liked gliding in and out of his driftwood tunnel. He liked eating his special briny flakes. Hi, Ashley. I see Ashley's on. How are you, Ashley? One day, a new fish appeared in his tank. Do you see the new little fish? I'm Teensy Weensy, the new fish said, flicking his tail fin. What's your name? I'm Ugly Fish, said Ugly Fish, and there's only room for one fish in this tank. Me. Ugly Fish chased Teensy Weensy Fish around the tank. And then he ate him. Oh no. Just like that. Another day, another fish appeared in the tank. Hello there, the new fish said, blowing bubbles. I'm Kissy Fish. What's your name? I'm Ugly Fish, said Ugly Fish, and there's only room for one fish in this tank. Me. Ugly Fish chased Kissy Fish around the tank. And then he ate her. I don't know about this Ugly Fish. 2 days later, two other fish appeared in the tank. We are Stripy Fish and Spotty Fish, the new fish said. What's your name? I'm Ugly Fish, said Ugly Fish, and there's only room for one fish in this tank. Me. Ugly Fish chased Stripy Fish and Spotty Fish around the tank. And then he ate them. Ugly Fish was very satisfied with himself. He swam around in his tank, blowing bubbles. He glided in and out of his driftwood tunnel. He gulped down his special briny flakes. But after a while, the tunnel didn't seem so fun anymore, and the special briny flakes no longer tasted very special. Ugly Fish was glum. He was sad. I wish I had someone to play with, he thought. Chasing those fish was fun. If only I hadn't eaten them. At last, a new fish appeared in the tank. Ugly Fish blew bubbles. His fins perked up. Hello there, he said. I am Ugly Fish. What's your name? I am Shiny Fish, said the fish. Welcome to my tank, said Ugly Fish, flicking his tail fin. This is my driftwood tunnel. Nice, said Shiny Fish. And these are my special briny flakes, said Ugly Fish. Very nice. I wish I had a tank as nice as this. There's plenty of room for both of us, said Ugly Fish. Do you like to play? Oh, I like to play, said Shiny Fish, and then I like to eat. That makes two of us, said Ugly Fish. Guess again, said Shiny Fish. Oh, no. So Ugly Fish got his wish. And got his wish, a new friend to play with. Yikes. And Shiny Fish got his wish too, a nice new home, all to himself. Burp. Oh no! I think maybe Ugly Fish should have been a little nicer to his friends. I think he needs a lesson in kindness. It didn't work out good for him, did it? That was a funny one. I love Ugly Fish. All right, here's my last one. 6 Dinner Sid. This one is so cute, and it reminds me of my cat. He's a little bit ornery, and so is my cat. My cat's name is Gus. What's your cat's name? Or your dog? Or maybe you have a fish. Hopefully your fish is not like Ugly Fish. 6 Dinner Sid by Inga Moore. Thank you, Ashley. I'm glad Logan's enjoying it. Sid lived at number 1 Aristotle Street. He also lived at number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6. Sid lived in 6 houses so that he could have 6 dinners. Each night he would slip out of number 1, where he might have had chicken, into number 2 for fish. On to number 3 for lamb, liver at number 4, fish again at number 5, ending at number 6 with beef and kidney stew. 6 dinners. Since the neighbors did not talk on Aristotle Street, they did not know what Sid was up to. They all believed the cat they fed was theirs, and theirs alone. So Sid's a little sneaky, isn't he? But Sid had to work hard for his dinners. It wasn't easy being 6 people's pets. He had 6 different names to remember and 6 different ways to behave. When he was being Scaramucci, Sid put on swanky airs. And Bob, he had a job. He was naughty as mischief and silly as Sally. As Sooty, he smooched. But as Schwartz, he had to act tough and rough. All this work sometimes wore Sid out, but he didn't care as long as he had 6 dinners. And besides, he liked being scratched in 6 different ways and sleeping in 6 different beds. In fact, life on Aristotle Street was just about perfect for Sid. Until one cold, damp day, he caught a nasty cough. The next thing he knew, he was being taken to the vet. Poor Sid. He was taken not once, not twice, but 6 times. He went with 6 different people in 6 different ways. Poor cat, he had to go to the vet 6 times. Oh no. The vet said Sid's cough wasn't nearly as nasty as it sounded. To be on the safe side, he should have a spoonful of medicine. Of course, Sid didn't have just 1 spoonful. He had 6 spoonfuls. Now, one black cat does look much like another, but nobody, not even a busy vet, could see the same cat 6 times without becoming suspicious. Sure enough, when he checked in his appointment book, the vet found 6 cats with a cough, all living on Aristotle Street. So he called the owners at once. And oh dear, Sid was found out. And when they discovered what he had been up to, Sid's owners said he had no business eating so many dinners. They said in the future, they would make sure he had only 1 dinner a day. Do you think Sid was happy with that? But Sid was a 6 dinner a day cat. So he went to live at number 1 Pythagoras place. He also went to live at numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And unlike Aristotle's street, the people who lived on Pythagoras place talked to their neighbors. So right from the start, everyone knew about Sid's 6 dinners. And because everyone knew, nobody minded. 6 dinner Sid. It's been so much fun reading to you tonight. Don't forget to log your minutes. I'll be back next Wednesday night at 8 o'clock and we'll share some more bedtime stories. You have a great evening.